Welcome to this video for History of the United States American Christian Heritage. My name is Joseph Provost, and today we're going to talk about the Latter-day Saint, or the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church was founded on April 6th of 1830 in upstate New York, not far from where I am today. It was founded by Joseph Smith, who claimed he was visited by an angel in 1823, the name of the angel being Moroni. Smith stated that the angel Moroni told him to go to an area near him in upstate New York and to dig up these brass plates. And on these brass plates, he would find the teachings that were left from many, many years. Well, Joseph Smith dug up those plates and subsequently arranged to start a new church. He stated quite early on that he wanted to know what church to join. There was lots of contentions about religious ideals in upstate New York, and he didn't know what to join, so he read James chapter 1 verse 5, where it states that if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God, and he will give him that knowledge if he asks humbly and not wavering. And in this he found this religious truth, or so he thought, that's what he expressed, and he started this religious church, this Mormon church. Many followed Joseph Smith thereafter, and the basic ideology of the Mormon church was based on eschatology of the Latter-day Saints, the idea of these were the end times, and quite frankly and quite succinctly, the Latter-day Saints believe that the church as it was existing in earlier times, medieval times, the Roman Catholic Church, the keys were taken from the earth, and they were restored under Joseph Smith and his leadership. Smith and his congregants quickly grew all the way to Ohio, Missouri, and Illinois. They grew greatly. Joseph Smith was active in his local community. He was an active Mason. He was a chaplain of a Masonic temple. He learned a lot of things there, made some connections. But unfortunately, the religious persecution overcame him and his congregation while they're in Missouri. Smith was subsequently put into prison, and he was even murdered while he was in prison. Brigham Young, one of his great disciples, took the reins of the Mormon Church from Joseph Smith after his death, and due to the religious persecution, led them away from Missouri westward, where they settled in Salt Lake City, arriving in July of 1847. And again, Brigham Young University, named after Brigham Young, is still active today. The Mormons believe, again, in eschatology, the last days, this idea of missionary work. Ethan Jorgensen states that the ideas and the views of the Latter-day Saints initially were quite separated from the mainstream religious ideals. Over time, they became more mainstream because they wanted to, for example, have tax write-offs, be able to do their missionary work throughout the world. So they obviously evolved over time. Their structure is based on wards, which is their lowest level of leadership, all the way from stakes, which is a larger geographic area, all the way to they have 12 apostles, a council of men led by a prophet. They have great temples, great magnificent temples. Richard Bennett describes them where they will do baptisms for the dead, a very interesting practice. They will hold marriage ceremonies and receive this crowning glory, a garment which they receive in these great magnificent temples. In Liberty University's Biblical Principles in the Study of History, we talk about how we must be committed to objectivity and honesty to be good historical investigators, principle number 4, and that God has established order, intelligence, and truth in the universe and history. While we must investigate each religious group, we must also understand that truth is universal, truth must be known. Whether or not we follow the Latter-day Saints or the religious ideals of our own, we must make these institutions researchable, historical facts for the future.